In a previous module, we covered using events to react to user interactivity, such as clicking or typing. In that example, we used a single action in an event. But as your project grows, you may need to trigger a series of actions across a variety of different events depending on your application's state. Instead of replicating or copying and pasting logic across different events, you can create reusable bits of logic that trigger specific actions. In Nordcraft, we call these workflows. A good candidate for a workflow is resetting the state of a page, such as clearing a group of form fields. On this page, I have a form with 5 input fields and 5 variables, each with an initial value of an empty string. Each input field uses an event to automatically update the associated variable each time the value of the field changes. As well as a submit button, I've added a button to allow users to reset the form and clear all values entered. This is where we'll use the workflow. First, let's create the workflow. Deselect all elements to view the data panel on the right, find workflows, and click the plus button. You'll see a workflow dialog open, and let's name the workflow Reset Form at the top left. You'll notice that the workflow dialog looks similar to the event dialog. The difference is that building a workflow doesn't make anything happen on its own, unless you trigger the workflow elsewhere. Think of it like a set of stored instructions that you can choose to run when other things happen. When the reset form workflow is called, we want to set all of the form field variables to an empty string. In the dialog, click the plus button and choose Set First Name, which is the name of the first form field in my form. Change the value type to string and leave the input field blank. Next, do the same for all variables that power the form field values. Now let's set up a click event on the button to call this workflow. Select the Reset Form button, view the Events panel by pressing E on your keyboard, and select the click event. Press the plus button to add a new action and find the Reset Form workflow you just created. Enter test mode, add some text into the fields, click the Reset button, and you'll see the form fields cleared. There are 2 main benefits of using workflows in this way. First, if you want to provide reset form functionality in multiple places, you just need to call this one workflow rather than replicating all of the set variable actions across different events. Additionally, given you may need to trigger multiple actions on a single click event or trigger specific actions based on other conditions and values by using a switch case, using workflows helps keep event dialogues tidy and manageable.